Hello. Now, as I did Highlander, which in my eyes is a classic, I figured I might as well talk about Highlander 2, the Quickening. I'm going to be the only one to offend Highlander 2, because in all fairness, a lot of people shit on Highlander 2. Now, I remember watching a guy called Rambo for Life. He was diving pressed me to do these channels, and he offended Highlander 2. He was the only one to say it's not a bad film, it's a dud film. So you know what? In all fairness, I'm going to do the fucking same, because I think Highlander 2 is a dud one. Now, in my ideas, it's dud as the first one. No. But it's nowhere near as bad as the other sequels. The third one, in my eyes, is just a fucking remake of number one. The fourth one, as I say, the third one, is a remake of the first. Number 4, the less I talk about that, the happier I'll be. The TV series, again, is a fucking remake. And then there's just and so on. In all fairness, I didn't think they needed a fan size. Highlander, in my eyes, was dud as a standalone film. I say it and I say it again. But in 1986, it made money and it was a box office hit. And funny enough, Tannen had a part to do with that. As you know, Tannen always made cheap budget films. This was when they were starting to get it big time. And I had to loot this one for Highlander. And because it made money, a couple of years later, they decided to make Highlander 2, The Quickening. It was a very successful film when it came out, and it was very well talked about in 1990. But during that era of 1990 or 91, I think it was either 99 and 91. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I'd say 91. Because in 91, it made money, and it was a successful film. It made a lot of money. Was it as successful as the original? No. But it did make money. But over the years, people have took a dump on it, they've took a shit on it, they say it's the worstest one, it's a pile of shit. One day, and this just reminded me, I just went right to my fucking head, I'm going to talk about the worstest sequels, from number 4, to number 3, to number 2, without sticking 2 fingers up. I'm going to talk about the fucking worstest sequels in fucking history. Highlander 2, The Quickening, is not one of them. I'll tell you what it is. In my eyes, it is an unestimated sequel. Yep, fuck it, I'll say it and I'll say it again. It is an unestimated sequel. Because when you think about it, it's like fucking Blade Runner. It's like Blade Runner. Think about it. It's futuristic, you've got cars, you've got these fine skateboards, you've got it all. But yeah, there was a fuck up, and one of the scenes where the bad guys is flying about, you can see the strings holding him up. But you go, I'm going to that fiber. I'm going to offend Highlander 2, because I don't think it deserves shit. Number 1, you've got an epic music. Did you bring a little bit of Queen in it, even though he only sang to the original? You've got the scene where they said the bad guys are fine about, yes, there's a bit of fuck up, and he's firing bow arrows at Highlander, but it's an epic fight scene. You've got the bad guy himself, who we all know played in V, my favourite series, and he also played the bad guy in Total Recall. You know, see what the party witch. And he thought he was done in this. It's in the future, and it's like Blade Runner, and you got everything. Another thing I'm going to offend Highlander 2 on. Yeah, people say, well, the aliens got sent to Earth. Yeah, I had issues with that myself, because, you know, they were in Marco and all that, and there were these aliens, Highlander and Connery, and they got punished, and that's why they were sent on Earth, and now Highlander, because he became Marco at the end of number 1, is now an old fart. Yeah, he's an old fart. I just thought it was funny that when he gets his youth back and he becomes a Marco, he's having a bit of hanky-panky. But so on that, having it after all those years and being an old folder, you're going to get Randy. I do admit that was that laughable. But I don't think it's a bad film. And the other bit of history is Sean Connery wasn't going to be in Highlander 2, The Quickening. wasn't going to be in it. But Christopher Highlander begged and begged and even said, I'm not going to do it, and this Connery is in it. And I think it's a delight. And I do think it's funny. He got beheaded in number 1. How the fuck could he come back? But they bring him back. And I do love the way they fuck around that. The scene where they get shot to fuck. I love the way they're cocky in that. It's like nothing can kill him. I always thought they should have done that in number 1 a bit more. You know, he gets shot, he gets stabbed. The time they did it here and there, like there was a scene in the 16th century where Christopher Highlander is getting stabbed in the sword. I forgot to say that in number 1. But I like it in this. They knew they were going to, that nothing could kill him except for being beheaded. Why not get cocky with it? But yeah, I like Highlander 2. I don't think it's a bad film. I do not think. I want someone to explain to me what is so bad about Highlander 2. What's so bad about it? But trying to find someone to say anything, and I mean anything, good about Highlander 2, best of fucking Britain. Best of fucking Britain. But yeah, Highlander 2, The Quickening, is a fucking dud one, and I'm going to offend it. I offended Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, when everyone else was taking a dump. I'm offending this. And I was about to say they made 2 versions of Highlander 2, theatrical and director's. I can't offend which one was the worst because it's been there since I've seen the theatrical, and I've got the director's cut. So I'd have to one day search for the theatrical and see why people shit on it. But I just think it's a good film. You know, it's Blade Runner, but with Christopher Highlander when you think about it. It's based on the future. He's an old man. It always makes me laugh though that the bad guy sent the 2 villains out to kill him because he was on his way of snuffing it of old age, Christopher Highlander. He was going to die anyway, but you know, it is what it is. He kills them anyway, and he magically gets his youth back. And then that's when he has that beautiful scene where he comes through the fire, and that's when you see the young Christopher Highlander. Let's not forget the epic scene where he fights the bad guy. Again, gets his head cut off. Again, he becomes immortal. It has a lot of action, and I think Highlander 2 has a lot going for it. I'll offend Highlander 2. See, some movies I'll offend. Just Revenge, I cannot offend. It's a piece of fucking dog shit. Superman 4, the test for shit. Big amount of people take a dump on it. I agree. I was even lying to myself and I thought that was a good film. Rewatched it, I can see why people hate it. It is shit. It's shit. But Highlander 2, I'm not lying. Highlander 2, The Quickening, from 1991. Could be writing more than that, but I'll look it up before I write the name of this. Highlander 2, The Quickening, is a fucking dud one. And I will be the second person who will say something good about it. Because if you can find a review where someone's not ranting about it, not shagging it off, calling it every fucking name under the sun, if you can find anyone who say anything good about that fucking film, please, excuse me one moment, please, I think the bear says in Savage Streets, please, I'd be ever so humble, but you won't. The best person who's going to do a better review than what I've just done, and this is me doing a face here, is go on Rambo for Life. If it's 2 up, he talked about Highlander 2 and he did a better defend on the film as well as a review, because I think it's an underestimated sequel. But he did a better review than what I'm doing. I'm still an amateur. And it was Rambo for Life in America what impressed me to get my YouTube channel. I may have not been on it for the past few weeks, but you know, I'm working now. But I will start to get time to do it. Obviously when I get some peace. Because you know, downstairs sometimes can be fucking noisy. So sometimes if you see jumps here, jumps there, things are pausing. Like the last review, I went to get myself something to eat because I was feeling a bit peckish, so I had to pause the channel. So you see those jumps in there, that's why. But Rambo for Life in America did a better review than what I'm doing. He really went into depth. But the best one now will be me and Rambo for Life. Anyone else, don't bother. Don't fucking bother going on any reviews, because all they do is shag the film off, call it every fucking name under the sun, say, oh, it's shit. I can tell you loads, and I mean fucking loads of shitty sequels, and I might just do that one day round the road. I'm going to talk about the shitty actors. I think they're a bunch of dicks, and I didn't mean to do that. I will also talk about fucking sequels when I think suck fucking dick, and not in a dud way. But Highlander 2, The Quickening, is a dud one. I offended it. I did a review on it. I do not think it's bad. I am the second one to do that, and I hope other people will do that, because Highlander 2, you need to look with different eyes. It's a dud sequel apart from burping. See, I'm burping because I'm getting excited. I've lost my head over fucking Highlander. I do think it should have been a standalone film, but Highlander 2, there can only be one. Sean Connery back in his role, which I think is funny. One scene where he comes into this scene, there's a dive, I'm not making this shit up, there's a dive during Shakespeare, and he comes down, he beams down, and the dive says, what's your fucking name? No, proper top there. And Sean Connery says, what's your fucking name? It's just funny, innit? But again, I'm the two, and I'm the only one who's going to offend it, apart from one guy in America, my mate, Matt, Rambo for Life. I'm going to be the second one. Fuck it, I'll make history. Out of that, I tell star rating, because I don't see any faults in Highlander 2, The Quickening. This was longer than what I normally do, because I think Highlander 2, in my eyes, needed offending. It's a damn worthy dud sequel. I don't see any shit on it. It's a dud one. From 91, I'll have to look it up, because I'm positive it came out in 91. Other than that, have a dud one.